The brain, when triggered by fight or flight impulses, releases adrenaline into the larger muscle groups. It also fires up the brain and the mouth, but not always in the right order. Today, we look at how to control the chemical surges that can get leaders into serious trouble. Welcome back to Year 4 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be out soon. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are looking at giving you a big edge in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 189, Adrenaline and Leaders. Soridewa ikimashou! So let's get going. Our cave-dwelling ancestor past is still with us today. Rather than saber-toothed tigers, though, we are reacting to anyone who argues with us or seeks to deny us what we want. The chemical cocktail in our bodies ignites passion, anger, mouth before brain outbursts, cursing, putdowns, sharp rebukes, and killer comebacks. Being fleet of foot, our reaction saved us from being a lunch for predators. But today, that same nifty speed can get us into big trouble with those around us. Common sense is not common. Crystal clear communication goes unheard. The obvious is not obvious. There are no shortages of things in our leader world which can set off a chemical chain reaction, pumping adrenaline into us that we can come to regret. The 6-step devastation cycle plays out like this: event, interpretation, emotional response, physical response, attitude response, and effect. Event triggers can be mistakes, stupidity, something said, overheard or reported, irritating interactions with others, or a business crisis. Our speed is astounding. We react in a nanosecond, but we regret at leisure. Once the adrenaline kicks in, we're off. So, to maintain control, we need to stop the chain reaction before it ignites. You normally imagine that leaders are there because they are in control and can therefore be trusted. Someone who can't control their own emotions isn't usually someone we want running anything, let alone big corporations worth very large sums. I was amazed to see one of the captains of industry a hostage to his adrenaline. His curriculum vitae was perfect, a prince of the first water. Yet, he would explode with instant white-hot rage when he didn't get the results he wanted and would viciously tear strips off the offending patsy. I quickly learnt to sit to his right or left of a very long meeting room table where it was hard to be seen by him. I'd observed that the poor saps who sat directly opposite him got it between the eyes, both barrels, every time. I'm sure we've all had our war stories of demented leaders who couldn't control their reactions and emotions. And maybe sometimes, in extremis, we have joined them ourselves. How do we keep the adrenaline in check when we are tormented by people who don't do what they are supposed to do when they are supposed to do it, or how they are supposed to do it. Here are some steps we can take. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Recognize it is anger and it's chemically fueled. When we know we have set off a chain reaction and the chemicals in the body have now kicked in, we better understand that we have to take action to seize control back from the adrenaline. Number 2, suspend judgment, because we may not have enough facts yet. We may have been told a version of events, and there may be certain circumstances that would change our view. Before exploding, seek more data and insight. This will also help us to cool down a bit and hopefully not explode. 3, don't attack the other person. None of us are perfect, so keep that in mind before we set forth with a sustained tirade about their shortcomings. Remember, every person we meet is carrying a heavy load in their lives, which we don't know about. So who are we to assume we could do any better in their circumstances? Number 4, before we launch forth, inject a pause, followed by a cushion. A cushion is a short sentence that acts as an adrenaline breaker to allow us to regain control. We might say something innocuous, such as, well, this issue is an important one. We neither agree nor disagree when using this statement, but we buy valuable time to remember to ask more about the problem background rather than immediately verbally lacerating our interlocutor. Number 5, walk away. If you feel uncontrollable molten lava about to start erupting out of your mouth, just say, "Excuse me," and add some physical and temporal distance to enhance your perspective on the lava flow trigger. As ancient wisdom says, when faced with a killer issue, how we react is the real problem we need to solve. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so please check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Touches You Know Share Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcasto show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and please join us in that endeavor. In episode number 190, we are talking about enthusiasm is key when presenting. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We're here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.